and welcome to Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Louis. I had the, not sure you'd call it a pleasure, of reporting on the game this afternoon, Everton versus Salford City, on our Twitter platforms. It was a tough watch, if we're being honest. It wasn't the best performance in the world, but I think we can all agree, obviously, at this stage, performance is very much secondary. Of course, we all want to win. It's part of being an Everton fan. You want to win every single tackle, corner, throw-in. You want to win every game. Doesn't always happen in pre-season, not the end of the world. As long as the lads are progressing, getting the fitness in the tank, that's the main thing. Performance-wise, there wasn't many standouts today. I think, obviously, that's something that'll be widely documented, I'm sure. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people will make out later on Twitter and the like. But it wasn't exactly a vintage performance, shall we say, today. But obviously, I'm sure Sean Dyche and his team will sort that out whilst improving the fitness at the same time, which is, of course, what we need going into the season. But I'd like to start by focusing on the positives, really. And for me today, there wasn't many, but the two, Jack Harrison, James Garner, I thought they were outstanding today. Really, really lively. Whether they were outstanding because everyone else was that poor, I'm not sure. But for me, I thought that they really shone. Harrison, obviously, coming back this transfer window from Leeds on loan. Certainly a player that divides opinion. I've had many arguments with my mates about him over his time at Everton. But one thing that you can never doubt is his work rate. He puts in a shift, he works hard, he gets back and supports his fullback, whoever that may be. But the thing that I think everyone agrees on is he's always lacking that little end product. Today, to be fair to him, there wasn't too much, but he was very lively in possession, always looking to be on the move, to beat a man, to get a cross in, making a lot of right decisions as well, which was something I thought he wasn't always used to doing last season. But I thought today he really, really did put a shift in for us and was a bright point in the side. Creating chances, linking up well with Seamus for the Beto chance early doors, involved in the Calvert-Lewin chance in the first half, the Decore chance as well. So having a hand in these things should only breed confidence for him. And hopefully he can have a good season. Obviously Jimmy Garner as well. Massive player for Everton in my opinion. Real unsung hero last year, only missed one game. Very, very rarely injured. Seems to be anyway, real professional who just does his job, does the basics right, works really hard, and you can tell he's a player's player. And I thought he was superb today. Got the longest minutes of anyone, was until 70, and it was fully deserved. In possession, he was really good. Out of possession as well, something that for me, I think Sean Dyche has really, really brought out of him. That off the ball, winning it back, intercepting, reading the game. It's really improved since Sean Dyche has been in charge, in my opinion. And it was no different today. Like I say, took on almost a leadership role as well while he was on. And obviously we were 1-0 up while he was on. But he was really good. And it'll be a big season for James Garner as well, I think. Obviously having Jared in the squad, and how well he's progressed. And other young players like Mikalenko as well last season. He kind of went under the radar, and obviously for his own career, he'll obviously have ambitions of playing internationally and so on. So this is a real big season for him to kick on. I thought he was really solid last season. Hopefully he can take that form into this year, and based off today, he'll be doing just that because I thought he was excellent. Moving on to the not so good bits. Oh, just before we do, sorry, João Virginia, goalkeeper. I thought he was really, really solid today. Commanded his box well, good punch in the first half, good save down to his left, and very vocal throughout as well. I thought he was really solid today. So, as I say, obviously we all know he's not going to be number one anytime soon behind Jordan Pickford, but really, really good backup and done well for us in the Cup last year, and was good again today. Moving on now then to things that weren't so good. The Beto DCL partnership up top. Obviously, since Sean Dyche has been at Everton, he's tried mainly a 4-4-1-1. He's played a back five on occasion, but he's never really gone to a 4-4-2. The only time he did from the start was Luton in the Cup, which we don't need to be reminded of. And today it didn't work either, really, if we're being honest. I don't know what it is for whatever reason. Obviously Everton as a club haven't played a two up top in a while now, since probably the start of the Moyes era. And it's showing no signs of coming back either. The two of them, they can't really play off each other. It looked like it might work at the start, and then I'm not too sure whether it's that they're too similar, whether it's they're just not gelling. I'm not too sure, but for the moment, I don't think it's the answer. And I think with the new signings coming as well, obviously you got Lindstrom and Dye, talk of Dwight McNeil potentially playing centrally as well, and obviously Decore, the impact he had last season, obviously kind of looking to replace him this season. There's obviously no secret to that. But you've got 4 players there that can play behind the striker, and I think if the two of them are performing the way that they did today, he'll have no choice to revert back to a 4-4-1-1. Because as I say, you're playing Salford City, who again, to be fair to them, won the game. Can't be taking any digs at them. But they really were in trouble today by Beto and Calvert-Lewin. So I think if you're going to go with a 4-4-2, it's certainly not going to be with them two. Because for me, they weren't especially impressive. Having said that, a young lad off the bench, I thought Yusuf Chimi again today, really, really on it. A little bit clumsy towards the end, but obviously that's to be expected. But winning the free kick for the goal, really, really good feat there. And I thought he linked up really well again with James Garner in behind, making runs through the channels, causing the defenders problems. And something that we were lacking throughout the game, as I say. Calvert-Lewin himself obviously had one chance that we won't mention where that ended up, and Beto only really had one as well. So with them only having one chance each and missing them, albeit Chimi didn't really have a shot at goal. Coming off the back of 2 goals at Sligo and now into today, it'll be a real confidence booster for him. I thought he was good last season whenever he was coming off the bench. When he started against Brentford as well, I thought he put in a good shift, and it was no different today. And it's that enthusiasm to not give your centre half an easy ride, to get stuck in, and it was something he was showing in spades today. So certainly going into Coventry, I don't think he will play a 4-4-2, but if he does, I think Chimi would be, I'm not saying he'd be first choice striker, because obviously it's a lot of pressure on the young lad, but with the way that the Beto and Calvert-Lewin have performed so far, I think Chimi's certainly going to be giving Sean Dyche food for thought anyway. Onto the centre half, so obviously a bit of a worry this week in terms of obviously James Tarkowski's out injured, and Jared Branthwaite's obviously on his way back as well. The 2 centre halves today, to be fair, Keane and Holgate, they weren't actually too bad today. They put in an all right shift, clean sheet when they were on, solid enough, but I think it's widely accepted now that they can't be going into the season as Everton's leading centre halves. And obviously linked with Jake O'Brien today, whether that comes to fruition. But I think it's certain that we need them back, even from a leadership point of view. I think as much as, for Keane and Holgate, they are experienced now, I don't think they bring the same level, or that certainly don't bring the same level of experience as Tarkowski does, and obviously nowhere near the same quality as the two of them. So depth there is definitely needed, despite the fact that, as I say, they done okay today. That's something that we definitely need to get through the door, and hopefully O'Brien's the answer, and the other two come back fit and raring to go. And then the last point, onto the young lads who come off the bench. Now it's always tough for young players coming into a team, and I thought it was difficult for them today as well. When they did come on, the most experienced was James Garner, who then went off 10 minutes later. So it was always going to be difficult for them. A few of them have played at that level before, so obviously we're not going to be turning into the mirror or anything. A few of them played well. I thought Roman Dixon, really impressed with him. Real enthusiasm down the right, fast as anything, aggressive defensively as well. I thought he was impressive, and Jensen Metcalf as well. I thought he had a really good game as well when he come on. Good in possession, good block towards the end as well. And Harry Tide, a good save too. And as I say, a few lads there, they a little bit out of the depth, but it won't help playing all at once. But as I say, a couple of lads there who look like they might have something. They're all young again. They need time. None of them are ready to come in and play. But maybe a loan spell here and there might help a few of them in the future. And the young lad as well, new lad, I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, Tim, we'll call him Tim, the lad from Villa. Looked okay when he come on, I thought. He was calm in possession. Didn't set the world alight, but no one really did. But a bit of maturity, calming things down, and good positionally as well when Dyche switched to a 4-3-3. So it shows obviously he's capable of playing in the 6 role as well as the 8. And as I say, I thought he put in an okay shift. But all in all, if we're being honest, not the greatest Everton performance of all time. One to forget, but it's all about getting minutes in the tank and moving forward. As I say, first time I've done this. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd have enjoyed it more if we'd have won, to be honest. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you for the Coventry game. Up the Soffies.